If you saw this Richard Mille RM27 sitting on a table, you might think it came out of a cereal box. The case is carbon composite, but to the untrained eye, it looks and feels like lightweight matte black plastic. But walk into a gray market dealer in Dubai, and that exact piece of plastic will cost you $1.8 million. And the pricing logic gets stranger. A rose gold Patek Philippe 5712 might retail for a massive sum, but the dealer will charge an extra $25,000 strictly if the watch is still inside its unopened factory cardboard shipping box. For centuries, the math behind horology was straightforward. You paid for heavy precious metals, precise jewel settings, and thousands of hours of intense manual labor. Today, that traditional equation has completely broken down. Physical craftsmanship no longer dictates the price tag. In the modern ultra-luxury shadow economy, the physical object on your wrist is almost the least important part of the transaction. Value is instead controlled by three invisible economic forces. The first force is the brand monopoly, and no company illustrates this better than Richard Mille. If you isolate the raw material costs and the mechanical complexity of these watches, the final tally comes nowhere near justifying a $1 million retail price. The real driver is extreme artificial scarcity. Richard Mille tightly restricts its global production, releasing only 3,000 to 4,000 watches a year for the entire planet. This chart shows how value diverges from reality. The bottom line tracks the material and mechanical cost, which remains relatively flat. The upper line climbs entirely off brand awareness and wealth signaling, dictating the final cost. The price tag is the primary feature. Buyers aren't spending $1 million because they desperately need a carbon fiber case. They are paying for the ironclad guarantee that anyone in their elite circles will instantly recognize exactly how much money they spent. That unique, oversized silhouette serves as a highly visible, wearable bank statement. The second force is the premium of purity, where the focus shifts away from the watch entirely and onto its disposable packaging. In the gray market, there is a fierce demand for double-sealed watches. This means the original factory plastic wrap and the outer cardboard shipping box remain completely untouched. This demand is driven by an intense phobia among the ultra-rich, another human being to have laid hands on their luxury item. Buyers will gladly pay anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 in pure markup, strictly for the privilege of taking a pair of scissors and cutting that seal themselves. Authorized boutiques caught on to this. To thwart gray market flippers, many retailers now deliberately open the boxes and cut the seals right in front of the customer before handing the watch over. Ironically, this anti-flipping tactic caused a massive price spike for the surviving sealed boxes in the wild. The illusion of untouched exclusivity overrides any baseline logic regarding the actual product inside. The third and most dangerous force is the paper fraud epidemic. For dealers, this presents a terrifying reality. Faking a cardboard box or a paper authenticity certificate yields vastly higher profits and carries significantly less legal risk than forging a government passport. Counterfeiters are exploiting this by taking authentic-looking certificates and simply altering the original sale dates or the specific model numbers to upgrade the watch's provenance. By upgrading paperwork from 2015 to 2020, a scammer nets a $20,000 profit without touching the watch. Scaling up, counterfeiting a certificate to claim aftermarket diamonds are factory original shoots the profit margin to $300,000. That single sheet of paper artificially inflates a $150,000 watch into a $450,000 watch overnight. The physical, mechanical timepiece is completely genuine, but a cheap forged piece of paper accompanying it dictates hundreds of thousands of dollars in artificial value. This extreme volatility reveals just how subjective the market is, and history provides the perfect example. Decades ago, watches shipped to Dubai occasionally featured Middle Eastern crests or UAE logos on the dial. Dealers would send these pieces to workshops to scrape the logos completely off, because buyers in Asian markets saw absolutely no value in the association. Contrast that with today. Those exact same surviving UAE logos now add tens of thousands of dollars to a vintage watch's valuation. The physical ink on the dial hasn't changed. This historical flip proves that value in this market is a social construct, entirely independent of the object itself. The gray market clearly demonstrates that when consumers possess unlimited money, they stop buying physical utility. They buy status, they buy pristine cardboard and pieces of paper, turning the ultra-luxury watch market into a high-stakes ecosystem governed entirely by human psychology.